of atmosphere. So this is class 7A, atmosphere, weather and climate. Today we will discuss the structure of atmosphere. Please have a close look at figure 4.2. Please have a close look at figure 4.2. Can you see there is zero written? Zero. It is written
Yes, ma'am.
zero at the bottom. At the bottom, it is written zero. Please don't unmute your mics. So there, write down. Hold a pencil and please write down mean sea level. Zero, that is 0 kilometers. Write down MEAN. जल्दी से लिखो. Mean sea level. Or this is the ground level, land level. So this is the lithosphere level, zero ground level, and this is the point where we live. This is the point where human beings living on plains live. So starting from here, this first layer is troposphere. The troposphere layer extends to about 18 kilometers over the equator, 8 kilometers over the pole and 18 kilometers over the equator. Equator से ऊपर 18 kilometers तक और poles से ऊपर 8 kilometers तक we have the troposphere layer. Okay, now please check out the second paragraph of structure, that is talking about troposphere. Underline a few points. It is written it extends to about 1.3. Now make it 1.8. It is not 1.3, it is 1.8. 18 kilometers into space, and this contains, underline this is very important, it contains 75% of air in the atmosphere. The total air present in atmosphere, 75% of our atmosphere is in the troposphere layer only. This is the densest layer of the atmosphere. Now why it has 75% and other hundreds of kilometers has only 25%? Why? Because most of the gases of the atmosphere are heavy, and as told to you in the previous class that air is attracted towards the earth's surface by the gravitational pull. It is attracted towards the surface of the earth by the gravitational pull of earth, and that is why most of the heavier gases lie only in the troposphere layer. This is the layer where all the weather phenomena take place. Underline the term weather phenomena take place. Underline the term weather phenomena take place. And there only please make an arrow and write down weather changes take place. Weather changes take place. And it is the most important layer from the point of view of life on earth. So if we talk about rain, summer, winter, extreme cold, extreme hot, the blowing of chill wave, the blowing of loo, the phenomena of rain, all this happens only in the troposphere layer. So only troposphere layer experiences the change of temperature, the change of climate as well. Within the troposphere, the temperature decreases with height. Underline the term. The rate of decrease is 1 degrees Celsius per 165 meters. 1 degree Celsius per 165 meters. यानी कि जैसे ही हम 0 डिग्री से प्लेन लेवल से 165 मीटर्स ऊपर जाते हैं, वैसे ही 1 डिग्री टेम्परेचर माइनस हो जाता है. For example, on plains, right now it is, you can say for example 28 degrees. So as soon as you climb up on the mountain, as soon as you move 165 meters higher, it becomes 27 degrees. Then as you rise more high, it becomes 26 degrees. इसीलिए हम एक्सपीरियंस करते हैं जब हम बस से या ट्रेन से या अपने किसी व्हीकल से हिल स्टेशन पर जाते हैं, as soon as we climb the hills, we experience to feel the cold. This is due to the normal lapse rate, the normal lapse rate of temperature. It is called lapse rate. Actually, it is called normal lapse rate. It is written lapse rate, make it normal lapse rate. Write down normal, and the lapse rate is already written. The air is densest near the surface and it thins out with altitude. Underline the term, it thins out with altitude. The word altitude means height. जैसे जैसे हम लैंड की तरफ बढ़ते हैं, द एयर बिकम्स डेंस, and as soon as we move towards height, the air becomes thin. That is why mountaineers carry oxygen cylinders when they go for mountain climbing. Have you seen mountaineers carrying oxygen cylinders? Yes, they do carry ऑक्सीजन सिलेंडर्स, बिकॉज जैसे जैसे वो हाइट्स पर ऊपर बढ़ेंगे वैसे वैसे ऑक्सीजन उन्हें नहीं मिलेगी. व्हाट इज द रीजन बिहाइंड इट? The reason behind this is oxygen is a heavy gas and it is limited only to a few kilometers above the land. पूरे 950 किलोमीटर्स, पूरे 1000 किलोमीटर्स तक ऑक्सीजन नहीं होती है. ऑक्सीजन सिर्फ अर्थ से कुछ दूरी तक ही होती है, because it is a heavier gas and it is attracted towards the earth by the gravitational pull. So this is how we have discussed troposphere. Let me recap the important characteristics. Please pay attention. Troposphere is the lowest layer. It is the densest layer. It is stretched to about 18 kilometers from land or from the mean sea level. It is the layer in which all the weather phenomena take place. As you move on higher altitudes, the temperature decreases from 1 degrees for every 165 meters height. The maximum presence of oxygen is in the troposphere layer only. I hope you have understood. I hope I am not going too fast. You may find me going a little faster because we have to end up the syllabus, children. The exams are arriving and today I will send you the question answers also. Please do them. Next layer. Let us talk about stratosphere. Please get back to figure 4.2 again. Can you see weather balloons, aeroplanes, ozone layer? Weather balloons is written, aeroplane is marked, and ozone layer is written. So where aeroplane is made, please write down jet planes. JET jet, वहीं पर डायग्राम में लिख लीजिए JET jet planes. And where 15 is written, make it 15 km, 15 kilometer. And where 50 is written, make it 50 kilometer. So can you see the next red arrow, 15 to 50? This is the extent of stratosphere. जहां पर troposphere और stratosphere मिलते हैं. Can you see the dotted blue line? The dotted blue line, the first dotted blue line. This is the place where troposphere is about to end and stratosphere is about to begin. Name this line as tropopause, not strato, tropo, T-R-O-P-O, tropo, P-A-U-S-E, pause. This is the place called tropopause. This is the place where troposphere is ending and stratosphere is beginning. So troposphere का topmost point और stratosphere का least या lower most point tropopause कहलाता है. यहाँ से stratosphere layer begin होती है. In the stratosphere layer, we don't have clouds. We don't have weather changes. We don't experience change of climate. We don't experience much of layer. और जैसे जैसे हम stratosphere layer में ऊपर बढ़ते हैं, वैसे वैसे air becomes thinner. There is lesser air present in the stratosphere layer. Now check out the important characteristics of stratosphere. Be ready to mark. It lies roughly between 15 to 50 kilometers. Why do they write roughly? Because किसी ने ये measure नहीं किया है. ये सिर्फ इनका approximation है. Underline the term 15 to 50 kilometers above the Earth's surface. It is a calm layer free from wind and weather phenomena. Underline the term, it is free from weather phenomena. It is free from weather phenomena. Planes fly in this layer. Underline the term, aeroplanes fly in this layer. Aeroplanes, why don't aeroplanes fly in troposphere layer? Because troposphere layer में तो clouds होते हैं, rain होता है, weather phenomena होते हैं. So comparatively lesser वेदर फिनोमेना देखने को मिलते हैं स्ट्रेटोस्फियर लेयर में. कंपेरेटिवली क्लियरर स्काई होता है और इस वजह से जो एरोप्लेन्स फ्लाई होते हैं दे फ्लाई अबव ट्रोपोस्फियर. सो ऑल दोज हु हैव बीन ऑन अ एयर जर्नी, जितनों ने भी एरोप्लेन से ट्रैवल किया है, लेट मी टेल यू, व्हेन यू आर इन एन एरोप्लेन और जब एरोप्लेन अपनी मैक्सिमम हाइट पर होता है, वी आर नॉट टॉकिंग अबाउट द टाइम ऑफ टेक ऑफ एंड लैंडिंग, एट द टाइम ऑफ इट्स मैक्सिमम हाइट व्हेन इट इज फ्लाइंग, It is in the stratosphere layer. Underline the term, the lower stratosphere contains ozone layer. The lower parts of stratosphere contains ozone, and this is called the ozonosphere layer. Underline the term ozone layer and write on top of it ozonosphere. Ozono, O-Z-O-N-O-S-P-H-E-R-E, ozonosphere. And it protects from the harmful ultraviolet rays of the sun. Stratosphere के ही lower portion को हम ozonosphere कहते हैं, and this ozone layer protects us from the ultraviolet rays of the sun. Underline the term, the white trail of cloud. The white trail of cloud that you sometimes see on a clear sky is created by the jet planes flying at high altitudes in the stratosphere. This is caused when, underline the term, moisture from the wind condenses. Moisture from the wind condenses and it is not disturbed by any air movement. Sometimes you see a bright white layer और जिससे हम बताते हैं वो देखो रॉकेट जा रहा है. Have you ever experienced this? Have you ever, come on, have you ever experienced this? वो देखो white line, rocket वाली white line, right? No, why does this happens? This happens because जो aeroplane का fuel होता है, हाँ कितने खुश हो गए हम सब. Okay, so जो एरोप्लेन का फ्यूल होता है जब वो एक्सट्रैक्ट होता है उस डिवाइस में से और कंडेंस होता है, प्रोबेबली जब वो कंडेंस होता है तो वो एयर नहीं होती है तो डिस्टर्ब नहीं होता है, इसलिए एक क्लीन व्हाइट लाइन बनी हुई हमें नजर आती है. व्हाट डज दिस सजेस्ट? दिस एक्सपेरिमेंट सजेस्ट दैट देयर इज वेरी लिटिल एयर पार्टिकल्स इन द स्ट्रेटोस्फियर. Let us talk about the third layer, mesosphere. But before that, let us quickly clear up the characteristics of stratosphere. Stratosphere is the next layer of atmosphere. Stratosphere extends from about 15 to 50 kilometers. The lower part of stratosphere is called ozonosphere. In the ozonosphere layer, all the jet planes fly. The layer stratosphere is free from weather phenomena. जितना भी rain, summer, winter ये सब होता है हम experience करते हैं, ऐसा कुछ stratosphere में नहीं होता. It is free from the change of weather phenomena. Now in the stratosphere layer, there are jet planes. Jet planes fly because there is minimum air movement और उनको एक clear sky मिलता है movement करने के लिए. So these are a few little characteristics of stratosphere. Let us quickly turn to mesosphere. For this you need to flip the page. Mesosphere. Underline the term. This layer lies from 50 to 80 kilometers above the earth's surface. Underline the term 50 to 80. 50 से 80 kilometers तक mesosphere extend करता है. The basic characteristic of the layer mesosphere is there is a huge temperature change. जो स्पेस का, जो अंतरिक्ष का टेम्परेचर होता है उससे मीजोस्फीयर के टेम्परेचर में बहुत डिफरेंस होता है. मीटियोर्स from space mostly burn up in the mesosphere layer, creating shooting stars. So shooting stars are created in the mesosphere layer only. Let us get back to diagram 4.2 and check out the mesosphere layer. Let us come back to diagram 4.2 and check out mesosphere. Where 50 is written, make it 50 kilometer, and where 80 is written, make it 80 kilometer. Put a little dash after mesosphere and write it here only. Meteors burn in mesosphere. Meteors, M-E-T-E-O-R-S. Meteors burn in mesosphere. Meteors burn in mesosphere. Okay, please get back to this. Meteors, check out the first paragraph where we were reading mesosphere. Underline the term 50 to 80 kilometers. Underline the term 50 to 80 kilometers and then underline the term meteors from space mostly burn up in this layer, creating shooting stars. Have you understood? टेम्परेचर चेंज होने की वजह से जो मीटियोर्स होते हैं, जो बर्निंग रॉकी पार्टिकल्स होते हैं विच आर अराइविंग अप्रोचिंग अर्थ सरफेस विद एक्सट्रीम हीट, दे बर्न अप इन दिस मेसोस्फीयर लेयर. एंड आई हैव टोल्ड यू अर्लियर आल्सो, अगर मेसोस्फीयर लेयर नहीं होती सो ऑल दीज मीटियोर्स वुड हैव बैंग्ड ऑन टू अर्थ सरफेस और शायद हमारी अर्थ का एग्जिस्टेंस खत्म हो जाता, क्योंकि बहुत से मीटियोर्स कई बार इतने बड़े भी होते हैं